Hey, what's going on, everybody? Now, I get this question all the time. I get friends that'll call me or DM me and be like, hey, Ray, I'm in the grocery store. What bottle of wine should I get? So today, that's exactly what we're talking about. How to choose an amazing wine in the grocery store. Coming up next. Your boy here, Ray Scholes, the certified sommelier with Royal Vines, bringing the tasting to you. And on this channel, we talk about wine, beer. We also talk a little bit about some of my favorites, spirits, sake, and cocktails, baby. So if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Make sure you hang out with us every Wine Wednesday when I upload. Make sure you click on that bell notification so you're updated every time that we post. And that way you don't miss a beat. But let's get into it. There's a couple things you need to remember when it's time to go to the grocery store and pick up that bottle of wine. Purpose and budget and body type and purpose, budget, body type. Purpose, budget, body type. All right, so purpose, budget, body type. Stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna give you my personal tips on how I choose an amazing bottle of wine in the grocery store. First and foremost, what's the purpose in picking up this bottle of wine? Are you celebrating a promotion? Are you just going over to a friend's house? Is it date night? You're going to your favorite steakhouse? Or maybe you just want to kick it poolside and have a patio pounder. Something easy for you to drink, patio pounder. But no matter what wine you're going to pick up, it has to have a purpose. For some reason, you're picking this up. Maybe it's just a food and wine pairing. Maybe it's a cheese party. Who knows? But there's a purpose. And once you know that purpose, you can pick an appropriate wine. If you're just chilling and need something to just drink just because you had a long week, cool. Maybe you don't need to pick up that $40 bottle of wine. Maybe it's $20, or maybe it is a $40 bottle of wine. Whatever floats your boat. Now, once you understand the purpose, then we're gonna move on to the budget. Budget is important because you want the purpose of picking up that wine and the money you're gonna spend to align. If you're celebrating your girlfriend's promotion and you pick up a bottle of $2 Chuck, your ass gonna be in trouble. Just saying. But pick up that nice bottle of wine. Maybe you're gonna spend $40 on that special bottle of champagne, maybe $60 or $80 to really celebrate. So purpose, budget, make sure they align. We've covered purpose and we've covered budget. Up next is the body. And I'm not talking about Kim Kardashian or J-Lo or Nicki Minaj or Tiana Taylor. I feel away, yeah. Oh, God. That woman right there. Sorry. Get it together. No, seriously, we're talking about the body of the wine. So when we talk about body of the wine, understand this, that there is a correlation between alcohol and the body of the wine. So typically the higher the alcohol, the heavier the wine is going to be. Now on the white wine side, you're gonna have light-bodied wines like Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling. And then you also have some heavier white wines like Viognier and Chardonnay being one of the heavier white wines out there. On the red wine side, you're also gonna have some light wines like Gamay and Pinot Noir. And then at the top of that spectrum, you're gonna see things like Syrah and Cabernet Sauvignon being one of the heaviest reds in the world. Once you've covered the body and you know what kind of body you want in your wine, because that can be important. Maybe you're doing a food and wine pairing type of dinner, and you wanna make sure that the body of the wine and the body of the food, or the weight of the wine and the weight of the food, both mesh very well. So you don't want to have something really, really heavy like a Cabernet Sauvignon with something really, really light as far as food, like, I don't know, a flaky fish. Sometimes it just doesn't work that way. But if you're just aiming to have your favorite wine with your favorite fish, by all means, enjoy the hell out of it. And don't let anybody else tell you that you shouldn't. After you know the body, then you have to start talking about the type of wine that you're looking for. Now, at this point, you may have decided whether you wanted to do white or red, but this would be the time to say, you know what, do I want a white wine or do I want a red wine? Or maybe you want blush or rosé rather, or maybe you want to do a sparkling wine. The other thing that comes along with type is also where that wine might be from. On one end, you have maybe a California Pinot Noir that's going to be more on the fruity side, not sweet, but fruit forward, meaning that it's going to taste and smell primarily of fruit. Or you can have a red Burgundy, which is Pinot Noir as well, but these are going to have a little bit more earthy qualities. So when you first smell it and taste it, it's going to have some of those earthy characteristics to it. That covers type. Now, as we close, I promised you that I was going to give you my tips and how I choose a wine when I'm in the grocery store to guarantee that I get an amazing bottle, or at least 95% sure I'll get an amazing bottle. Now, what I do is I look at the label and I look at where the wine is from. Now, you can pick up any bottle of wine and look at it, and it's going to tell you that it's from somewhere. Maybe it says New Zealand on it. Maybe it says California on it. Now, what I want you to understand is that when it says California on the bottle, that means that they can get those grapes from anywhere across the state. So if you can get them from anywhere across the state, you have Joe who's growing some, you got Billy who's growing some, you have Little John up north who's growing some as well. But maybe Little John doesn't take care of his grapes, doesn't take care of the vine, and you get, sad to say, some shitty grapes. That's gonna go into a blend, right? So they blend all of those together. For me, personally, I like, and this is where you need to pay attention, I like to get as small as possible when it comes to where the grapes are from. So instead of saying, these grapes come from California, no, not my thing. I'm gonna go and say, maybe these wines are gonna be from Oregon, or these grapes are gonna be from Willamette. Wow, well, maybe there's a single vineyard Willamette Pinot Noir. So you've just taken the big state of Oregon, beautiful region of Willamette, and you found a single vineyard, which means a single plot of land where these grapes come from. Now for me, that's what I typically look for when I'm in the grocery store. The smaller I can get, the better. Now this does require you to have a little bit of knowledge about regions. So I would say, take your phone with you, look it up. All right, well, where is Paso Robles? Where is Lodi? Where is Marlboro? And take a look at those regions and see how small or large they might be. Those are my tips. When you go into the grocery store, do not forget purpose, budget, body, and type. And if you can narrow down where the wine is from or where they source the grapes from, that's an additional plus. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification as well, so that way you don't miss a beat when we post every Wine Wednesday. And until next time, ladies and gents, kings and queens, cheers.